everyone. Welcome to another Meet the 818 interview. Today, we have the husband and wife team of Zeevi-Ylagan and Nova Zeevi-Ylagan. Did I say that right?
Exactly.
Or Zeevi? Zeevi. Oh, I am so sorry.
It's fine. I know it's not easy to say.
Oh, so you Nova Zeevi-Ylagan. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So for anyone who's tuned into bodybuilding competitions, fitness competitions, Christian and Nova are actually actively competing, correct? And they've been doing this for a couple years.
I'm a novice. She's more active.
These are okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So I think Nova, you're the one who started doing the competitions and all that. But before you answer that, how did you guys start your fitness journey?
How did we started?
You go first, ladies first.
So, I mean, I've always been pretty active, but then I was more into cardio, you know, the usual Zumba.
Yes.
Everyone was at one point into Zumba. Then after my second child, I gained 40 pounds and
Wow.
I knew I needed to do something different. Our friend invited us to go to TruFit, and then we did the body, what was it? Fat furnace challenge. So I tried that. I liked it. And that's how I started all over again into fitness. So as soon as I basically got rid of the baby weight, I felt like I needed another challenge. And I was looking into, you know, bodybuilding. My cousin back in the Bay and his girlfriend, they were like telling me to give it a shot, to try it out. So that night, I immediately looked online. I was looking into bodybuilding. I thought it was a challenge, but you know, I wanted to do it for fun. So that's how I got into bodybuilding. And then I signed up for competition with no background, zero knowledge. I just knew I wanted to give it a shot, just give it my best. So I looked for a coach and I found a coach. He told me, you basically have 12 weeks. I signed up for a competition, not knowing what's the best time. They say usually it's 16 weeks. I had 12 weeks to really put my, you know, back into work. So I was even more challenged, and I just gave it my best, you know, shot to try it out.
Oh wow, that's crazy. You had 4 weeks less than the normal.
Yes.
Oh man, so how is that? I would think it would involve diet, a lot of modifications with your diet.
Yeah, it was a very strict diet, working out, and when you're closer to show day, it's even working out twice to 3 times a day, really trying to be lean. And with diet, it was a little bit hard. I've never really been into dieting, especially growing up in a Filipino family. So there's no such thing as diet. We always have carbs, rice, and we never counted macros. I never measured my food. My coach taught me how I have to measure my food. I can't just eat whatever I want. So I basically had to buy a weighing scale and measure my foods. Every ounce counts.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, it's hard as a mom seeing my kids eat the food that I normally eat and not being able to eat their food. It was really hard. That, like I said, I really wanted to try it, and then I just kept my eyes on the price, that I need to try it out. And then if I'm cheating on my diet, I'm basically cheating myself because I signed up for this. So there's no point for me to cheat. And then I know 12 weeks later, I'll be on stage and the judges will see that I basically just fooled myself. So that kind of got me into a really strict mindset, that even if they tell me one scoop of chocolate cake, I was just afraid that it's going to show, and then So that's what I like about bodybuilding. It doesn't have to be all year round like that. Sometimes I just need a challenge with dieting to make sure that I am on point and I'm setting myself into a goal.
Oh, very awesome. Very awesome. So was it just super rigorous, that 12-week preparation where you were just like, oh my gosh, I have to count calories. I have to watch everything. I really want that chocolate cake, but
Yeah, it was a struggle. I'm not going to lie. It was really intense. Some days I'm even thinking to myself, what did I sign myself into, you know? But
yeah,
then at the same time, I'm not a quitter.
yeah,
I signed up for this. I'll have to end this. I have to
absolutely.
do it from A to Z.
Yep. Nope. You have to see it through. You, at that level of commitment, it's like you can't just not, right?
Right.
So your first competition, and I'm so sorry, Christian, I will get to you in 2 seconds.
Go for it, go for it.
But so Nova, your first competition, like how did you feel like right after with the process? Because it's not just
After you mean after stepping off stage or while on the process?
just the beginning, like the day of, like being on stage,
Being
during,
on
and then getting
stage,
judged.
so the 12 weeks, you know, after you work so much for 12 weeks, putting your body into leanness, when I went into stage show day, I said to myself, this is just going to be for fun. You know, the hard work, I already put the hard work. Whatever happened, I'll just learn. It's a learning experience. Within myself, how I coped with work, being a full-time mom, working as well, and really making time to commit to it. When I went to stage, I just felt like it's something, I don't know how to explain, but I just felt some kind of gratitude. Like this is something that I did it, without quitting. A lot of my family and some of my friends thought I lost my marbles because I lost so much weight. I was really lean, um and then I remember they told me that once I get into that, you will be more you're you get to be hungry to look for more challenges. So after that experience, I took off. I just wanted to spend time with my family, make it up like for my kids, going back to eating my usual diet, but I still worked out. I still remain active. I was just not very strict with my diet. I let go of that prep lifestyle. But after a year and quarantine happened, I knew that I wanted to get back into it. So I dived right back into competing, and then it became something that's part of me already.
Oh my
So
God.
I prep for a couple of months. I take a break, then I go back into it.
Oh wow. And you've done I'm counting in my head, 4, or is it 3 competitions so far that
This
you
is
have
going to
under?
be my third competition.
Okay, perfect. For some unknown reason, I was thinking this was going to be your 4th that was coming up, but maybe. But yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Christian, your turn. So
Yeah.
how did you start your fitness journey? Did you follow Nova into TruFit, or did you both join at the same time? Like, how did that go?
Fitness journey for me is it's more like instilled in me as a child. Like I would say that I started my journey when I was like very young, like maybe at the age of 6, because my dad is he's actually my very first fit inspiration,
Oh, wow.
because I would always see him like working out, yeah, jogging, because you know how it is, like it's like if like he's in the showbiz industry,
Okay.
so he always worked out a lot. Like I would see him every single day. He would run, he would lift weights, so it kind of inspired me. It got instilled in me. And after that, like when I started grade school in Xavier, I started becoming like a part of the swimming team. So yeah, swimming was my very first sport. Then after like when I got into high school, that's when I started really lifting weights,
Nice.
like doing
Nice.
bench presses and squats. That's where I learned. We had like a school coach, and that coach pretty much taught us everything. Taught me like basic movements. And then after that, it became like an intermittent thing. Like sometimes I would, sometimes I won't. So because I was a growing teenager slash young adult who who was like exploring like fitness, and then you would go to parties in the weekend, so you kind of let go of that. And yeah, college I started working out. Then after that, uh I because before I turned 25, that's when I like I was um thinking to myself, I'm not that, I'm still fit even if I don't work out. So why would I push myself in the gym all the time to work out? But after 25, when your metabolism starts to slow down, it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
You would think to yourself, hey, I wasn't like this before. And, left and right, especially when you go to the Philippines, especially after we had our first daughter, that's where I gained maybe 30 to 40 pounds from my regular weight. Then we went to the Philippines, left and right, no kidding. They would be like, "Hey, Christian, taba mo ngayon ah.
Oh no.
Napaparami ka, you're so fat. Like, what happened?" Or, "Oh, looks like you're making a lot of money in the States because you've been eating a lot and you're so huge." So that kind of got into my head.
Yeah.
And it messed up with me. So that's when I started working out again, this time consistently. And like what Nova said, it started out like the consistency started more when I joined TruFit Bootcamp, when we were invited to friends and family. Then when she decided to step on stage, I was like, okay, do your thing. Like me personally, I'm not gonna mess with stage. Like I'm not gonna mess with competitions. It wasn't part of my goals to step on stage. But after seeing her on stage competing in NPC back in 2018, then I realized, hey, that's inspiring. I saw how these we made some friends there, and who also compete, and it's very inspiring how they like succeeded from point A to point B, like the journey from being totally unfit, and then all of a sudden they're like chiseled, and they have like Athena type of physique.
So would you say in the competition circuit, Nova was your fitspiration? Huh?
Yes. Yeah, she was more of my inspiration when it comes to that aspect. Yeah, but it's totally different. Like preparing for a show than strength and conditioning. Like if you want to get stronger or lift heavier, the program is totally different. That's what I've learned through this journey.
Oh wow! So, what were some of your favorite moments, either one of you, during your competition, like your respective competitions? Just like some of your favorite moments during the competition, or some what's it called? Something that just stood out during your experiences in the competition.
Okay, so
You can go first.
Okay, so is this like through the whole process, or on stage, or on competition day itself?
On competition day.
I think my favorite part, and I haven't told everyone about this. Early on during my prep in my competition, I got COVID.
Ooh.
Yeah, so my 16-week prep got shortened to 11 weeks. So I would say that my favorite part is rising up from being quarantined for for 14 days or more. Then after that, getting well, testing negative, becoming perfectly healthy, and all of a sudden jumping into preparing for the show. Like that's my favorite part in the process. Like me coming from totally sick all the way up to preparing for a competition. And I didn't even expect that I would place because, first of all, that was my first and only show. And second, I didn't have enough time to prepare. Like, I didn't have enough time to get to where I wanted to be to stand on stage. But still, yeah, that's my favorite part, getting up and, placing.
Very good. That's such a Batman moment for you.
Um,
A Batman moment when Alfred tells Bruce Wayne, like, why do we fall, or what do we do when we fall? Like, we get up. But I mean, it's COVID, and I'm so glad that you're okay, because
yes, thank you.
But yeah, so that's amazing, man. I mean, recovering and then still going on to competition, that's
Uh-huh. So it's the journey that's my favorite part. Like getting the like what my wife told me, getting the hardware or the medal on stage. It's just the icing on top of the cake. But it's the journey that actually matters.
absolutely. And Nova, what's your favorite moment in your competition, on stage or off stage? Or
On stage, I guess it's I know it doesn't seem like it with my pose, but I'm actually pretty shy person. So me getting myself up there on stage, having judges judge me from head to toe and overcoming my fear of stage, because it's just an accomplishment for me, like to myself, because I always say I have to be out there. But then it's different when you take pictures and then you post something, but then being really out there, having judges judge your physique. And in this journey, I really learned a lot about myself, that when I really want something, nothing stops me. So it's something that you have to. I didn't know it's within me till I just got into this journey, signing up with no knowledge. I just know I had a goal, and I didn't care at this point whether I had knowledge or not. I'll just push myself to do whatever I can do. And I met a lot of friends that were in this journey with me. So it's really inspiring to see everyone's story. It could be someone who just had breast cancer, and then that's just another goal she wanted to achieve. So it's very inspiring to meet people. So all you see is pictures of glam bikini, but then really you meet people that have the same passion and goal as you, and each one have their own journey. So this is something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So since you guys are parents to two awesome girls, by the way, hello girls. I see them like making a little cameo, so hi. Do you think, or do you as parents want to have your daughters sort of is this something that you want them to do, or is it more just instilling the fitness lifestyle into them and just making that a lifelong commitment for them as well?
Definitely. If you would ask me, I would like it's up to them if they want to compete. But living a healthy lifestyle that would promote good health and longevity, and just being healthy in general. That's what I want to instill in their minds. As a parent, as a father, I would want them like growing up healthy all throughout their lives, and that's something that that I want to instill in them. Yeah. You.
It's really up to them if they want to join. It's just something that I would want them to know, that and anything they put their mind into it, nothing is impossible. So
Absolutely.
It's really up to them. And just looking at my kids knowing the limit of when they should stop eating sweets and when they should work out, and they're having this idea that okay, we're eating sweet but then we should work out or being active. So it's inspiring to see that the kids see us as an example of how we enjoy life, and at the same time we do need to put basically a limit of when's enough is enough and when you can have fun. You can't always be strict with diet, but you can't always eat, bad food all the time.
Oh no, absolutely. And what's a typical routine or a fitness routine? Like if you guys are going out on the weekend with the kids, like what would be a typical day with you and the kids? Or do you guys like go out and work out as a family, or are you more active going to the beach, or, something along those lines?
For our kids, they're not very into hiking as much as I want them being into hiking. They're not really into hiking, I guess, because they're still young. But then going to the beach, to playground, this is something that they enjoy. They really like swimming. So this is us being active, just going out, even mulling, going outdoors, make the most out of the day, not just staying home, being active.
Yeah, and maybe because our two kids, they both have different personalities. Fitness wise, they have, like, I can already see what their mindset is. My eldest one, Mia, she's 9 years old, turning 10, and she's more of she's more her goal is more to become an athlete, to become maybe a swimmer or a soccer player. So she's a natural swimmer also. Like, she learned how to swim by herself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
she got, like, bragging aside, I think she got it from me because I was a pretty good swimmer back in the day. So yeah, she's very good swimmer. So I'm kind of promoting her to become swimming, like part of her swimming team eventually. And Camille, seeing her mom posing, she imitates Novice poses. If you would ask her how to pose, to imitate, that her mommy's pose, she would just strike a pose anywhere, and she would imitate
She
walk. So
practices
she's
more
more
than
of
me.
like the one who's probably gonna end up on stage with, like, yeah, see her, as we talk, she's doing her poses already.
Oh man, that is awesome. So when you're not competing or doing bodybuilding competitions, what do you guys do? What's a normal fitness routine for both of you?
So both of us right now are in our, basically they call it bulking, improvement season, growing season. So we eat much more than prepping. So this is something no one can complain. But then at the same time, we still remain active, meaning we try to lift heavier, less cardio, more weights, really try to find, the weight that challenges us.
Yes.
I guess.
So it's more like heavyweight and also heavier eating compared to preparation for a competition. Because
Nice.
for a guy, like my competitors are huge. Like, we're talking like who's a good I don't know if you know Jeremy Buendia or
yes.
yeah. So
I know.
yeah, that's what you want to be around. Like, that's the body type that you need to have in order to be able to do well in physique competition. So right now, like, based on my judges' feedback, like on my first competitions, I need to work on getting bigger. So part of it is lifting heavier, maybe like 4 to 6 rep range, with high intensity, like working up to a really heavy weight, and eating more good carbs on top of the protein and the vegetables that we eat, and having cheat days or cheat meals maybe 2 to 3 times a week technically. So cheat meals, not cheat days. Okay, it's a totally different thing. Yeah, for Bikini, it's a little different. So she's gonna tell you about it right now.
So Yeah, basically what I said, eating more, trying to lift heavier while you have more carbs and less cardio. So now we just got back from the gym. So normally I would try to avoid eating carbs. I would eat more carbs, but then I have my time limits of when I want to eat carbs and lift heavier. Basically, this is the time where we want to grow our glutes, our legs, because once we lean out, we have tendency to lose these muscles, and this is something we have to grow on our improvement season. And of course, work on our weaknesses. So that's the time where I'm trying to grow my upper body more, make it more defined, create more muscle, but at the same time, even though I eat much more, to try to not have much of such a high fat percentage. So it won't be so hard for me to cut it down.
Yeah, and in addition to that, a huge thing about competing is midsection conditioning. As my coach would tell me, don't get fat during off season. Yeah, because by the time you prepare, you have to like have a good, head start. Instead of starting like totally out of shape, it's a lot harder to get into to get a good midsection conditioning in like during your prep versus being kind of there already early on during your prep. So that way it's going to be a lot easier to get those cuts in the midsection, not having that excess love handles, as they say, once you step on stage. Because as soon as you step on stage, you're against like beasts. I personally don't, believe in, a lot of people believe in this, which I respect, but when you compete, it's not you against you. It's you against a bunch of beasts who are as hyped and as goal oriented as you. So it's a tough competition.
Right. Oh man. So do you find that you and Nova compete against each other when you're working out? Or is it totally different?
Totally different division. Yeah. And he actually helps me with lifting heavy, because this is something, I mean, I would lift, but I don't challenge myself as much when it comes to lifting heavy. I do need someone to spot me to make sure my form is correct. So when I am on heavy like leg days or upper body and I need help, so I drag into the gym, making sure that I'm doing the right way, because I do want to grow, but at the same time I don't want to injure myself. I wouldn't want to push myself to lift heavy if my form is off and then just have myself injure. It's something you want to avoid.
Absolutely.
And plus like I don't see it as a competition, like, especially when we work out, because I'm 70 pounds heavier than her. So it would not look good if she lifts heavier than I do, because I weigh heavier than her.
I don't know, man. I think Nova's holding back on you. I think she can lift heavier.
She lifts she bench presses 80-pound dumbbells, and I bench 60, and that would be, worrisome. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. So what's the sweet spot of working out for you guys? Like a week, like for a week's schedule, what's like the sweet spot? Like 3 times a week, 5 times a week, twice a day? What's your preferred schedule when you guys
5 to 6 times a week.
5 to 6 times a week.
Yeah.
Yes, 7 if we can, but you also need, especially that now we're in our mid-30s, so we need to like there's more recovery that has to go on. We're no longer like in our mid-20s or early 20s where recovery is very fast. And plus we drink a lot of I personally drink a lot of beet juice that helps me recover well and still feel young, even if I'm not that young anymore.
Got it. So your advice for anyone who wants to start their fitness journey later in life, or advice for anyone who's looking into competing with bodybuilding?
My advice to anyone that really age is just a number. It doesn't matter if you want to push yourself to the extreme and decide you wake up and you don't like how you look and you just want to make a change. It has to come from you. I would not want someone, I wouldn't want to force someone to go to the gym with me if it doesn't come from them. It has to come within you. You have to really talk to yourself and keep a goal, and then really keep it simple. You don't want to immediately have a goal of competing when you have a bunch of other things that you need to fix. So just really a tip of advice is to keep things simple and start with small goals, because if you have big goals and you can't even start with one simple goal, it's just going to make more complicated, and then you will feel discouraged. So just set for example a goal of losing 5 pounds in 2 months. So it's something that you know that you could do it and you can achieve. And once you reach that goal, and add one more goal and 2 3 more goals, and then give credit to yourself. It's okay to sometimes fail, but then at the same time be positive and then be patient. You can't expect to see the scale just because you dieted for 1 week that you will see changes. It really has to keep the work, and then at the same time be positive, patient. So that's my only goal. And then if anyone wants to compete, as soon as they are able to accomplish those little small goals to themselves, and then they feel that they're not challenged and they want to step up to bigger challenge to themselves, then competing can be fun. But at the same time, it is draining. It is time consuming. If you don't have the right mindset, there's really no point of getting into that.
Very good. That's awesome advice. I like that. Christian?
Yes. So in addition to setting your goals, visualizing your goals, you have to visualize what you want for yourself in terms of fitness. So I would usually tell my customers or my clients, because I also do coaching. I coach at TruFit and I do personal coaching. I
Nice.
would usually tell them, paint a picture of yourself, because I myself I'm a visual artist too. I'm a painter, so I usually tell my clients to paint a picture of themselves, to foresee what they want to be. That way, that's the visualization that they have for themselves. And plus, in addition to having that goal, you need focus and consistency. So those are the two major things that you need in order to be successful in anything, not only in fitness, in anything in life, in your job, in raising your children. You need to have focus and consistency, and of course, you need to have fun with what you do. If going to the gym is fun for you, then go ahead. If you're not too fun about lifting weights or doing squats, spending hours in the gym, it's okay. Maybe swimming is for you, or maybe playing basketball. Anything that's gonna keep your heart rate up. Or in our case, maybe you want to join a boot camp because you want to join group classes and what do you call this? Do like CrossFit or Olympic lifting types of workouts. If that's more fun for you, then go for it. But in anything, like in fitness, especially during this time, my number one advice or quote to everyone that wants to get into fitness or wants to get healthier, especially during this time of the pandemic, is the only true weapon that we have in this pandemic not to get sick is to have a good, really solid immune system. That's the only weapon that we have. So if I were you, my advice, start as early as you can. Don't wait for tomorrow. Today is it's the best time to start was yesterday, but the next best time is always as soon as you can, as early as possible. Today, you can start today, go for it.
Awesome, awesome. So if they want to follow your fitness journey, or if if they want to just see how you guys are doing with your competitions, do you have any social media that they can follow or would like to share?
Yes, so my social media, I also share a lot of coaching tips in that page, in my Instagram page. It's Alpha Wolf, ALPHAWOLF _ 1984. So it's Alpha Wolf _ 1984. That's
Nova?
Mine is
Sorry.
super. So it's super, then X Nova.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you, Christian. Thank you, Nova. It was really great talking to you guys about fitness.
It's always an honor.
Of course, no, it's awesome. If you guys have any questions about fitness and their journey, feel free to message them. And hopefully their story inspired you. Thanks for tuning in.